So we talk about it all the time. There's only 5 ways to kill the cat in the alley. But how do you know as a consumer that you're getting the exact right mortgage for you? Hey, it's your buddy, it's your mortgage guy, Jameym here. A great anecdote to discuss what mortgage is right for you, especially from the conversation of there's only 5 different ways to really get money for your house in America today. We have to talk about the FedEx $10,000 screw story. Now, if you don't know this story, it's a great anecdote leading to the fact that if you think hiring a professional is expensive, try hiring an amateur first. So some time ago, there is a major distribution center in Memphis, Tennessee for FedEx. A major machine that they use at this distribution center went down. This machine was a major hub of all the logistics and operations they were running out of this distribution center. In fact, this machine was so vital to the operations at this plant in Memphis, Tennessee, that for every hour the machine went down, it cost FedEx $50,000. The VP for FedEx that ran that distribution center's name was Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, needless to say, all hands on deck, every engineer at that DC was working on that machine, trying to get it back up and running. For 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, this engineering team is trying to get this machine up and running again. Panic is overridden the entire DC. Finally, after 6 hours, Mr. Smith decides it's time to call out the big guns and reaches out to an engineering buddy of his named Sam, who works outside of FedEx. Sam promptly came over to the distribution center, walked into the building, and started to proceed up to the machine. There were dozens of FedEx employees eagerly waiting to find out if Sam could help him out of this jam. Sam walked up to the machine, opened the door, reached into his pocket, grabbed a screwdriver, and churned a screw, maybe a 1/4 inch. All of a sudden, machine kicked on, and FedEx is back in business today. Needless to say, everybody on the floor of the plant was hooting and hollering, celebrating, high-fiving Sam for doing a great job and saving the day. Mr. Smith came over to Sam, put his arm around him, and invited him up to his office. Wanted to make sure that they took care of Sam and got him paid right away for helping him out of this jam. Mr. Smith sat Sam down in his office, went to the other side of his desk, and looked at Sam. He said, "Man, you saved us today. How much do we owe you?" Sam said, $10,000. Mr. Smith looked at Sam. He said, $10,000? You were here like 5 minutes. So in an attempt to be coy, Mr. Smith said to Sam, "Hey, do you mind itemizing that bill for me?" Sam grabbed a scrap piece of paper off of Mr. Smith's desk and wrote, "Churning a screw, $1. Knowing which screw to churn, $9,999. Mr. Smith looked at the invoice. How do you argue with that? Gave Sam his check and off he went. Now, an origination fee on a mortgage is a far cry from $10,000 most of the time. But what's the takeaway from this story? The takeaway is you need to hire a professional every time, regardless of what the task might be, but especially in the case of the largest investment of your life, which is your mortgage. Make sure that when you're shopping for a mortgage pro, you hire someone that knows what screw to churn for the machine that is your deal. You ever have any questions or concerns about where you might live? Feel free to reach out to me right here. This is your buddy, your mortgage guy, saving you jack on your shack.
Hey, follow me on Twitter